Well, hello everybody. This is Cindy. Back from my vacation to Santa Fe and Sedona, Arizona, Santa Fe, New Mexico. What a lovely, lovely time it was. The environment was so beautiful. The topography, the weather was just like you just wanted to be outside and enjoy the weather. It was so beautiful. And it's always nice to go to a different state and see different kinds of architecture and get sort of the vibe of a different state. And so anyway, it was all good. And this video pretty much wraps it up. Now, I want you to notice the architecture. It's absolutely lovely. This is probably my favorite type of architecture because, everything's made from clay. The people that built their homes, that's what they had. They had red clay, and that's what they used to build the homes, and the architecture reflects that. Then there's like a square, like a park. I can't think of the name, but it is lined with buildings all the way around. In the middle is grass, park benches, walkways, and one of the oldest buildings in Santa Fe makes up part of this outdoor square area. And I think it used to be the governor's mansion, I'll say, but today it is used as a museum, and then the Native Americans throw like blankets on the ground in front of on the front porch of the building, and then sit there and display the wares that they have made, mostly silver and turquoise. So it's always fun to walk along that particular walkway and see the different jewelry that the people have made. So of course I did that. Actually, I shopped till I dropped, and really didn't buy anything. There were a couple things that I saw that I would have loved to have had, but they were like over $200, and that I didn't want them that badly. Well, I kind of did, but and then I bought a couple gifts for my daughter, and as far as buying things, other than like going out to eat or whatever, that was really all I bought. But I love looking in the gift shops and the boutiques. The clothing is quite bright and has a completely look of its own. That's like a Santa Fe look, and lots of hats and wide belts and boots, leather goods that are beautiful, and handmade blankets with on the edges of the blankets are these beautiful ribbons that hang down. Lots of like those Remington type sculptures that are in some of the shops. Lots of handmade furniture that they've incorporated turquoise into the wood. Just stunning. Lots of pottery. So it's a fun place to window shop and to go in and really look around, which is exactly what I did. And Eric sort of sat on a bench while I did the walking and shopping and looking, I'll say. And then they had a Native American man that was in the park, and he was talking about sharing his history, his tribe's history. He was wearing one of the most beautiful regalia outfits I have ever seen in my life. And then he did a dance. And so, excuse me, I have recorded that. And he did give permission. He said, if you want a video, take pictures, all you want. And I did. When you see it, that part of the video, you can't help but notice his beautiful outfit that he's wearing. So, I just hope he has it forever because it's a real true piece of art. And let's see what else. Towards the end, we went into one of my favorite museums, and it's the International Folk Art Museum. So I took lots of pictures and videos in that museum of some of my favorite things. And so I can't wait for you to see that, because I just wanted to reach in and touch everything, but it was all behind glass. And then towards the end of the video, I have added some churches that are famous, I'll say, to New Mexico, to Santa Fe. They just had pictures, like postcards and pictures of these churches. If they included the church's name, I added that. I tried to make sure I got that in the frame. But other than that, as you look at these churches, just notice the architecture and how the color. It's the colors of the earth, truly. The clay, and then the blue sky, and maybe some wildflowers. Stunningly simple and beautiful. So I'm excited for you to see that. And so this is really a wrap up of our vacation. We got back yesterday afternoon. We did have a little car trouble, nothing engine wise, but some things that Eric had to keep getting pulling over, get out of the car, check on it, get back in. So that, that was a pain in the neck for him. I know, I felt bad about that. And we did, our last night, we had, I went one afternoon, I got a pedicure and a manicure. And then there was this restaurant that we went to that was in a, I want to call it it was a big hotel, like convention center hotel. You could hardly see it. It was hidden but in between these trees, and it was made from dark wood, like log cabin-ish. But it was absolutely beautiful when you walked inside. It had huge pieces of artwork, and the furniture was custom made out of like Indian rugs and things. It was lots of stone. So anyway, we went there for dinner, and we had chicken wings, the best chicken wings I think I have ever had. So that was, I liked it because it was not crowded and it was not noisy, and they just had this beautiful artwork that you could sit and look at. And so I think that's all I wanted to say before the video starts. Enjoy. P.S. I love you. Until our next conversation. But I know you're going to enjoy this last piece of our vacation. So enjoy. This is the plaza in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and you'll see those big brown columns and people sitting on the floor. That building is actually was the first civic building, I'll call it the government building at that time. And people sit on the ground and sell their wares. The Native Americans sell their beautiful silver and turquoise jewelry and other things. It's a giant square with buildings and shops all around the square, grass in the middle with the trees, and there's a stage where that band was the other day. People, they're park benches sitting around. So as you can see, it's, it really is a fun place to go to observe the traditions and the shops, the boutiques from the Santa Fe area.
And so with that, this is how we continue their legacy. This is how we continue what they've done, sharing what they've done in a good way, protecting our people, taking care of us, creating beautiful days like this.
The next part of this video is the International Museum of Folk Art. And when we first walked in, these critters are actually on the outside of the museum. So you can see they're huge, large-scale pieces of folk art that really are eye-catching. But when you walk in, we went to the amulets and votive area, and this one man donated all these amulets. Amulets are supposed to bring you health and prosperity for you and your family. Some of these I know are very, very old. They're all so different, and it just tells me that, from so long ago, people have sought for items to bring them health and prosperity and to bring their life fulfillment. Now, these are vignettes of just a slice of daily life, a church, celebrations, but they're very detailed, very, every little item and person is very specific and different from the next. This is a type of, I'm going to call it a costume. Those two flaps go on the shoulders of the person wearing it, and then this back flap part hangs on their back, and they're worn in parades and festivals. This was one of the many beautiful tapestries. This is another vignette of just, it looks like just a parade or something important. This is my very favorite. I have a couple pictures of this. It is a kitchen. If you look to the left, those are coffee cups hung on the wall. Look at the ceiling, the architectural details. The kitchen has like an oven hood, and on that hood there are plates. Each plate is different from the next. Look at that. Are those adorable? Look at the tile, above the stove area, the yellow and white. It's absolutely darling. This is called a tree of life, and it was quite large, but you can see once again how intricate, colorful, detailed the design is. This was a bullfight, a whole theater of bullfight scene. And then I tried to get my camera inside the bullfight area so you could see each person attending the bullfight is dressed differently than the person next to them. Look how adorable is that. The next part of the video are folk art items that have religious connotations, so enjoy.
I see you, I close my eyes and I see you. I feel you, I sense you're always there. I hear you, your voice I hear so clearly. So near me, I see you everywhere. And my eyes are filled with tears as you strip me of all my fears. So I stand before you naked and as I am, surrender.